This year, the theme for the Director's Lecture topics, the theme is Beauty in Creation. And we talked about God's poetry. We are going to talk in a couple of months about the stars. Next month, we're going to talk about beauty in creation, the human body, the incredibly astounding opposing thumb, the number of motions you can make in a single hand, the configurations, the brain, the potential of a marvelous brain, all of that next month. But today, I guess maybe my favorite, children. Children are profoundly awesome. My grandson, Taylor, graduates this May from University of Missouri with a degree in engineering. He's always had a propensity toward math, even as a young child. And he wants to become one of the technicians in our biosphere. But after he gets his degree, I said, Taylor, I don't think we can afford you. You can come as a volunteer. He said, no, Grandpa, I got to pay my education back. So anyhow, you know how it works. I want to give an illustration. Children are awesomely profound. He was about 15 months old. He was in his dad's arms. His dad is my son, my junior, Carl Edward Ball, Jr. He was in Ed's arms, and I asked him a question. He, of course, couldn't talk a lot at 15 months. And so I started asking, I got just a short question, got 3/4 of the way through it, and he said, yes. Before I finished the question. Now, your grandkids did that too. I'm not just bragging on mine. How can a kid do that? I mean, just 15 months of age. How can he anticipate the rest of the question and give the correct answer? And he did. How can they do that? Well, I think I found the answer 3 weeks ago. My cell phone started heating up just overnight. It was hot to the touch. And so I went to AT&T and I said, I just bought this thing a few months ago and the battery's heating up, feel it. And they said, wow, it's heating up. I said, what's wrong? I want a new one. The tech smiled and said, sir, I don't think you need a new one. If you do, we'll give you a new one, but I don't think you need a new one. She said, look, you've had this for what, 8 months? I got it last November. You've had it all these months? I said, yes. She said, there's a little button at the bottom where regularly you have to clear the apps that you've been using that day. And they're all running. And the reason the battery is heating up is you have about 8 months of apps all running, confusing it so it's getting hot. And every transaction it performs, it has to go through all of those apps that are running. I said, how do I get rid of it? She smiled. I mean, I'm in the wrong generation, but that's fine. I don't want to, that's fine, that's fine. You can, I have memories that this generation will never be able to experience. So she smiled and said, it's very simple. You want me to do it? I said, yes, please. She pushed a button, clear apps, and in about 30 seconds, 8 months of apps were all cleared off, and it started cooling down. She smiled and said, enjoy your Android. Now, how does that apply to my grandson and yours and kids? You see, in order to get a program to work, it had to go through everything that I had on it for 8 solid months. You and I have difficulty thinking straight thoughts because as the thought begins to process, it jerks over here to that memory, to that attachment, to that regret, to that smile. The whole thing goes through us, and it takes us a while to say, what was the question? You've been there, right? But a child is profoundly awesome. They have a clean slate. That means what we say to them will remain with them all their lives. And when they get grown, everything they do is going to have to be filtered through everything we have said to them. Children are awesome.